So hello again, folks, another video about words of wisdom. But this one's a bit different. It's a very difficult one, this. Because when I started these words of wisdom, it's basically me just sharing. I'd been told to share my experience, my life story, to try to touch the collective consciousness out in the ether. And who's ever tuning into this will find these videos. That's how it works. So this is not a list of people that I'm making a specific video for. It's about what they call the collective consciousness that are in this energy, this harmonic energy. Now their frequency is calling for answers about specific things, and I've been told and called to talk about. So that's how all this is working. So whoever you are and you're tuned into this and you're watching this, chances are there's a message here for you. Maybe not, but maybe, just maybe, it is for you. So let me tell you a quick story. Last night, I was minding my own business, enjoying a glass of wine, and I had a message come through on Facebook. Now, for those of you that know me, I answer messages. I'm not one of these guys that you know, it's impossible to reach and get to. You can message me and I'll answer you. And the message was a quick, hey, how are you? But I always know when there's an energetic feeling coming behind a message that there's something else there. So after a little bit of prying, I got the message, and it was about a broken heart. How do I fix a broken heart? And that's a really tough question. How can I fix your broken heart? I can't. The only person that can fix your broken heart is you. So I asked, how long has your heart been broken? They said 2 years. I said, oof, that's a long time. You know, the honest answer is you'll never get over a broken heart. It's always, that energy is always going to be somewhere in your soul. You know, I've had two. And you never really get over them. You just put them in a different place and you just say, okay, I'm going to put that in a precious place, and it's there. And every now and again, you'll get a song or a smell or a taste or something, a car, a name that'll just jog that memory. But with me, I put them in what I call a caja fuerte in Spanish, which is a safe. I put all those emotions to dealing with that person inside a safe. I just lock them away. It's a technique I learned years ago when I was estranged from my young son during a pretty spiteful, nasty separation/divorce. But that's 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago. I learned how to put the emotions that were going to keep me in a state of constant alert and agitation and sadness. Put all those emotions in a box. That worked for me. I'm not telling you to do that, because the actual more healthy way is to release them. But you got to understand a broken heart, because a broken heart is about showing you your lesson. It's always about you. That person that broke your heart came into your life to teach you something. It's called a karmic. It's someone that's designed, that they send to you, the divine sends to you, to do exactly that. And it's a test. A broken heart is a test to see how you come out of it. Now, there's many ways to deal with it. A lot of people have hit the bottle. A lot of people have turned to narcotics. A lot of people go back to old habits, straight back in the dating field, finding somebody else, and then renewing, and somebody new. Many people will become reclusive. They'll just invert themselves into being a hermit, more or less. Their heart will be closed off. It's not ready to be shared and given to anybody for the next who knows how long. But that's the wrong way to do it, because the energetic of love is the most purest form of connection that you can feel in a human experience. And to shut it off from yourself is a huge mistake. So, Mahoney, how do you even start with a broken heart? The first thing is to not go into that depression. You're going to get angry first, and you're going to get bitter. You'll want revenge, and none of these things are going to work. You eventually have to come into the understanding of forgiving and forgetting, trying to forget, and bless them, send them on the way. But you need to do some work on yourself, because self-loathing and blaming yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too young, you'll find an excuse inside yourself to blame. Okay, it's my fault, really. It's my fault. It isn't your fault. It's that person's fault. He was sent to alert you and for you to have this human experience, because God wants you to grow from it. He wants you to understand from it. He wants you to learn from it. And he wants you to shine from it. But if you don't have the determination and the spiritual connection inside yourself to draw energy from source, to get you through that pain, you're never going to do it. And this is why people are still in a karmic cycle of depression, alcohol, drugs, casual dating, nobody special. And eventually you'll end up by yourself and bitter and mean and sitting in a chair with a few cats around you. So you've got to love yourself. So when you have a broken heart, whenever it happens, and the person leaves, say, okay, I know I'm better than this, and I know I deserved better treatment than that person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show myself love and show myself respect. And I'm going to crawl out of this dark hole that I'm in. Because you stay in that energy of a broken heart and you're the victim. No, you got to climb out of it. And it takes strength and determination. And I don't care where you find it. Get down on your knees and pray. Pray for strength. Pray for God to send you that little bit of extra energy and determination that you can crawl out of this dark place and come back to being who you are, a divine being. You're not here by accident. Your incarnation in this life is not an accident. And one of the first things you got to do is treat yourself with love. So whether that's a spa day or doing your hair or going to the gym like I did, I got up off my ass and I started going to the gym, dropping weight. I look great. I feel great. I'm ready for a whole new life of blessings and wonders that are coming into me because I've done the work. I've done the internal work. I've processed it. I've accepted it. Those are the cards I've been dealt at the table. But okay, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to cry about it. This might not work for you. This is my journey that I'm sharing with you. And hopefully some of this will inspire and rub off on you. Get up off your ass and love yourself. Treat yourself. Show love to yourself. You are a wonder. You are an amazing miracle of life. The life force inside you needs to shine. And being stuck in a broken heart energy is not going to do it. Yes, it's painful. But think about it this way. Are you going to attract a new love in your life if you stay in this energy of who you are now? I'll give you a good example, moping around with your shoulders down. Oh, hi. How's it going? Yeah, all right. I'm sad. Or is it a case of, hey guys, it's fantastic to be here. What are we going to do today? Let's see what life's going to throw at us. Come on, let's go. Let's go for a run. Let's go to the park. You know what? I'm going to get on a train. I've never been to Scotland, so I'm going to go to Scotland and check it out. You need to change your whole attitude and get into that positivity. Sorry, guys. Get into that positivity. Don't settle for the sentence that this asshole gave you by breaking your heart. You know what? Show them who you are. Rise to the occasion. Be the better person and shine. Because that's what God wants you to do. If you're going to sit there in your armchair watching television all day, hitting the bottle, or, surrounding yourself with people that are of a similar energy, don't do it. You got to revitalize yourself, get up off your ass and understand the magical, powerful being that you are. It worked for me. I got up, I got over it really quickly because I was determined to say, right, watch this, show them, outshine them. When they're sitting around in another year or 2 years and all of a sudden they'll see something or somebody will say something about you, they'll say, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, she looks amazing. Have you seen what she looks like now? Oh my God, she looks fantastic. If you don't shine and project a positive energy force from your soul, you're never going to attract what you want in your life. If you want abundance, you want a new job, you've got to be shiny, you've got to be bubbling, jumping around with energy of positivity. Who wants to hire a miserable person? Yeah, I could do that job. No problem. If you go in and say, look, I'd love you to give me the opportunity to do this job. And I'll tell you why. It's because I can do this, 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 and this. Here's my track record. I'm ready to go. Sign the contract. What are we waiting for? See the difference in the positive attitude. And it's the same with love. If you don't do the inner work and heal yourself, forgive yourself, you're never going to change. However, one last point on the end of this. It's called shadow. the shadow work. If you are still going to continue in living the life of shadows and darkness, okay, taking drugs, partying too much, drinking, hanging around negative people, scamming, lying, cheating, betrayal, all of these things, you're never going to come back to God. You've got to change the dark shadows of yourself that got you in that position in the first place. So imagine you meet a person, they're into the whole drug world, you get into that drug world, you have a relationship, and then they break your heart because you're in that darkness together. If you continue down that road of shadows, again, the divine is never going to show you the way out to the light if you continue living in the dark, in the shadows. So whatever personality traits you have personally, which you know deep down are bad, lying, cheating, bending the truth, sneaking around behind people's backs, going around your friend's house that you know there's going to be drugs there, all of these one-night stands, all of this negative energy, all of this stuff, if you don't face yourself in the mirror, identify the problems that you have in this shadow energy, and get rid of it, clear it. You don't have to do it overnight. Just make small steps. But loving yourself is one of the first things you can do. It will help clear it. But identifying toxic people around you, identifying situations that are going to send you down there, you've got to avoid them. Because if you're not weak enough to walk into a room full of drugs and somebody says, you want some drugs? Say, no, I don't want it. I don't do that shit anymore. You guys knock yourself out. I'm leaving. Most people don't have the courage to do that because you think you're going to upset some of your friends. They're not your friends. They want you to stay in that same dark pit of devil darkness energy by taking drugs, alcohol, one-night stands, cheating, lying, stealing, scamming. They want you to stay there. Do you really think these people that have a demonic attachment really want you to be successful and find your way back to the light? To be looked upon as for favorable from God, from spirit. Do you really think? They're not going to do that. They want you to be staying where they are, on that low-level vibration, because that's what they understand and come to know. But you're better than that. Way better than that. And how you ended up in this situation, only you know that story. And you're going to keep on attracting people like this. If you've had a man in your life who's abusive or a woman in your life who's a narcissist, if you don't change that energy and set your boundaries straight, you're never going to change. So the shadows of the work that you have to do to clean the personality traits that you have, you need to clean them up before you can start to heal all of the other things. Because it all goes together. Broken heart, if you're still continuing to drink and take drugs and do whatever you're doing, this energy is never going to change. But if you show spirit, if you show the great creator or God, whatever you call them, that you want to change, you're willing to change, send me the power, God, to change, to stand up to this darkness of what people want me to do, that they keep dragging me back into the depths of hell with all of these scumbags that want you to fail. They don't want you to shine. They don't want you to be an amazing person. They want you to be like them. Dark scumbags that are just a waste of a human soul, which the devil has his hands in anyway, so they're already gone. They're already gone unless they find their way back to the light by redeeming themselves and asking for forgiveness and asking for God's guidance. But they won't. They're too weak. They're too weak. They'll just roll another joint, sniff another line, have another pint, whatever. So guys, to truly improve yourself, to heal all of life's miserable human emotional experiences, and to stop calling the next ones in, because that's it. You'll just keep calling the same type of trash into your life if you don't change the shadows. And you got to change the shadows before you can heal from a broken heart, before you can heal from a deception, before you can heal from constantly being abused and people taking advantage of you. That's my words of wisdom for today. I can feel that spirit shining right inside here. It's a lovely feeling when he tunes in and channels like that. What is this? It's 14 and a half minutes, no script. It's just me standing on a rainy terrace. You see the clouds over there? That's what your life is like. It's cloudy, but there's also a little bit of clarity. But one day, if you do the inner work properly and you ask for guidance and you accept his help, that grey, misty clouds is going to turn out to be a bright blue sky, and you're going to be standing, baking and absorbing the beautiful rays of the sun, because you've earned it. You've done the work. You've made a difference, and people will see you shining, and they'll be saying, how? How did you do that? What is the secret? Oh my God, you look amazing. They can feel your energy. It's all about determination. And it's never too late to start. I don't care if you're 65, 85. It's never too late to settle the scorn, settle the debts and these karmic debts that people carry. We all carry. Settle the debts by doing the inner work, by becoming the best person that you possibly can. And God knows you have the potential. But ask yourself, are you going to get busy living? Or are you going to keep on being busy, just existing, going from one dark place to another? The choice is yours. But deep down, I think you know the answer. You just needed somebody to give you that little bit of a spiritual push. And hopefully that's what you're feeling now. I'm very proud of all of you people that are standing up. Honestly, I am. I hear amazing miracles. The stories that you're sending me, absolute miracles of spiritual power coming into your life and finding the way back. And I'm absolutely loving it. And this is why I continue. I never know what I'm going to talk about. Every 2 or 3 days I get called to do one of these. I never know what it's going to be. But I'm so proud of you to have the strength and follow the path that you were supposed to be following. Reject the darkness, reject the demons, and accept that you are a chosen, specialized person that is here for a reason, here for a mission. And finding the courage to do that is what it's all about. I love you. I'm sending you love. Male or female, I don't care. I'm a big hugger. I hug all my friends. Come here, buddy, give us a hug. So I'm going to send you all my very best and deepest affection and strength. I'm going to close my eyes and send you some energetic energy to help you find your way. Because I'm expecting to hear from you soon about your amazing journey and how you've changed your life and turned things around for the better. But until then, I'll leave you with this message of peace and love and wonderment that life can become. It's just all in your hands. Take it, own it, and respect it. And continue, get up off the sofa and walk into your journey like I'm going to right now. See you guys.